In the blistering heat of July 1099, a ragged army of Christian knights stood before the ancient walls of Jerusalem, their eyes sunken from starvation and their armor flecked with rust. For 3 years they had trudged across continents, answering Pope Urban II's call to reclaim the Holy Land. But what they sought now was not salvation, it was blood. As siege towers rolled forward and ladders scraped the battlements, the defenders hurled boiling oil and fire, their last cries echoing over centuries of conquest. The walls fell not to holy purpose, but to desperation, as a mercenary within the city opened a gate in exchange for safe passage, only to be struck down moments later by a Crusader blade, proving treachery had no reward in that sacred slaughter. The invaders poured in with a fury that stunned even their own chroniclers. What followed defied any notion of crusade. Jews were herded into synagogues that were then set alight. Muslims were cut down in mosques beside the sacred dome of the rock. The blood reached the ankles of horses, claimed a priest, though others insisted it rose even higher. Yet the most disturbing truth was found in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, where Crusaders knelt in prayer, their swords still wet, giving thanks as tortured screams echoed beyond the stone walls. These same men who had torn infants from their mothers and flung them against walls now wept in apparent spiritual ecstasy. Witnesses swore they saw a crimson mist rising over the city at dusk, forming the rough outline of a crown pierced by 3 nails, an omen neither Christian nor Muslim could explain. Unbeknownst to the Crusaders, deep beneath Al-Aqsa Mosque, Templar knights discovered a sealed chamber marked with inscriptions in Kufic script and ancient Latin. Inside lay relics not Christian nor Islamic, but older, scrolls etched with astronomical diagrams and prophecies, foretelling the rise and fall of empires through cycles of blood. One knight, Godfrey of Bouillon, read them and later refused to take the title of king, calling himself instead advocate of the Holy Sepulchre, claiming Jerusalem could have no king save the one yet to return. He died mysteriously a year later, his tongue swollen black and eyes burned white, as if from looking into the sun. His inner circle destroyed the scrolls before disappearing into history, but rumors persisted. Jerusalem had not been conquered, it had been awakened. What none on either side realized was that the siege had fulfilled an ancient alignment written in both the forgotten Jewish apocrypha and pre-Islamic texts hidden in desert caves. The slaughter in the city resonated with a prophecy that spoke of a day when Jerusalem's soil would drink the blood of 3 faiths and cry out, triggering a century of darkness. Within weeks of the siege, plagues erupted across the Levant, fields failed, and strange lights were seen in the sky. Pilgrims arriving after the victory experienced visions of children with burnt faces, whispering in dead tongues. Those who had survived the siege said they felt watched, even in their sleep. The streets that had once run red never dried completely, and for years after, rain falling on Jerusalem often came down tinged with rust, as if the sky itself remembered what had been done.